What is up, guys, and welcome back to my playthrough of Da Capo. So, last time we were about to set our alarm, which we just got from Nemu. It, I guess, promises to be indestructible and therefore should get the job done. It's in the shape of a football, I suppose. But yeah, so what should we go with? Shall we go with 6:30? Wow, that's early. Or shall we go for, it's the usual time, 7 AM? Or we have 7:50. I mean, to be honest, there's not really too much of a big difference between these times. But I think for the very first alarm setting, we'll go for it's the usual time. I don't really know what this means in terms of the actual gameplay, like what it actually affects. But like I said, for this very first playthrough, I'm aiming to do the Nemu arc, as it were. So I'm hoping that somehow we can get ourselves that route. But if we don't, I guess we don't. You know, like this is my very first time playing this game, so I don't know. But anyway, let's proceed, shall we? That should do. The way to set an alarm clock is usually the same no matter what shape it is. Time to go to sleep. I wonder what kind of dream I'll be shown tonight. I'd rather not see any dreams, but if I were to, I hope they are pleasant. I woke up to the sound of a loud alarm clock and quickly turned it off. Jeez, I'm not used to the new alarm yet. I woke up surprised. So far so good. The door opened and Nemu's head appeared. I just woke up. She seemed very pleased. Kind of. It can only surprise me until I get used to it. Isn't it Sunday? Or did we already pass that? Katarui! Unconvinced by the shining smile on my stepsister's face. Ah, so that's the first time it's been revealed that she's not actually my blood relative. Scandalous! I mumbled to myself. Everyone was restless this morning because there was news of a new student arriving today. Oh yay! I was just resting on my seat as I didn't care too much that the new girl wouldn't be joining our class. Falling in love with a new student never happens anyways. This fucking guy. The teacher Koyomi-sensei banged her notebook against her desk, trying to clear the restless mood. Whoops. She told us in her own usual manner. Is she threatening us? She said what she needed it to say and ended the homeroom meeting. There were only the sounds of chalk writing on the blackboard and pencil scribbling on notebooks. Ugh. I missed copying down a part which was just erased from the board. Oh no. It's okay. Nemu was sitting in the middle of the front row copying everything down off the blackboard. I have no worries about taking notes as long as Nemu's in the same class as me. That's something I actually miss from school. Like the whole kind of making notes thing. You know, like it was kind of therapeutic, you know. I mean, then there's the whole school thing of going to school, which I don't miss. You know, there's not much I miss from school, but like if there's one thing, it's like just making notes and just zoning out, you know. Oh, okay. Suginami came over as soon as the first period teacher had left. Huh? Eh? The part 2 who came over had the same blank expression as if I was looking at myself in the mirror. You don't know Nemu? Like, Nemu smiles, trying to be diplomatic. Well, I can't help your joke. I don't even understand it really, but I think you're not just interested from simple curiosity. It's obvious to me that all boys get frantic when they hear the transfor student is pretty, but his case is unusual.
卒業間近に転入してくるなんて何か陰謀の匂いがするだろうが、それに帰国子女というのはラスボスっぽい。
What?
つまり未知だ。
Man. What a fucking weirdo. Like, I have to say that, like, Suginami in this game is somewhat different from the Suginami in the anime. It's implied that he's supposed to be this kind of, like, you know, like someone who's, like, kind of, like, mischievous and that kind of thing. But in the anime, he comes off a lot more suave. So, like, there's always that kind of suave, assholey, like, but also kind of also simultaneously like a bit sleazy character in like harem anime, like your typical high school anime. But like, yeah, so that's what he's like in the anime. But like in this game, he's like kind of a bit more boyish, you know, like more kind of like I don't know. It's just weird, like coming off the anime. But well, I think you should examine yourself first. Anyway, what kind of conspiracy do you think she's planning? I wonder how she can plan a conspiracy in this school. Am I right?
テストで俺をトップの座から落としたり、購買のパンを独り占めしたり、実は誰かのメイドさんだったり。
Who have we been talking about? That last one sounds very moving, especially if she cooks.
兄さん、何か含みがある発言が耳に届きましたけど。
考えすぎ! 本当? I didn't mean our dietary habits are desperately poor, and I shouldn't give anyone the slightest hint. So what's going on with you, Nemu? I throw her a question just because I want to distract from Suginami's topic.
いえ、なんだか先ほどから嫌な雰囲気を感じるというのか。
I think the reception isn't working. Why don't you go to the rooftop? I point at the bombing center on her head.
これはテレビのアンテナじゃありません。
寝癖。
Suginami bends double, clutching the bridge of his nose. Nemu got him with her super fast trick. You fool, you don't know that hair is dearer than life itself for girls.
兄さんがそれを言いますか。
Nemu stares at me, stroking the antenna on her head. It's called an ahoge, that's the proper term for it. Suginami stands up, holding onto the desk.
どうなさったの、杉並くん。
やはりお前の周囲には時空の断層が展開しているのか。
What a stupid thing to say. It's the act of the devil. That came a bit early. It's the act of the devil right next to you.
何？
猫か？
Maybe. There's a commotion going on in the hallway. What's going on? With identical curious expressions, the three of us go out into the hallway.
なんだろう、あの人だかり。
Nemu's pointing at the storm of girls.
やだ、可愛すぎるよ。お嬢ちゃん、このお菓子食べる？こっち向いて。
These suspect students, man. I see a girl in the center of the tempest, but I can barely see her hand sticking up, since she's very short.
あれが噂の転入生かな。
Probably, but she's so popular already.
どけ
I've heard that voice somewhere before.
あれ、兄さんも？
Nemu's deep in thought, tilting her head with knitted brows. What is this voice? I feel like running away when I hear it.
なんだろうね、これ。
おい、二人ともボサッとしてると巻き込まれるぞ。
Just as we're about to escape into the classroom at Suginami's call, I feel like I saw a familiar creature among the crowd. What? SAKURANBO? Oh god. The familiar face dashes out into the crowd. What? I feel dizzy. She looks exactly like the SAKURANBO 6 years ago. Sakura barrels into me like a ton of bricks. Slam! Ugh! No! Nemu held onto Sakura's forehead not to let her go.
見事なカウンターだ。
Migoto no counter. Wow. That's like, I think that's exactly the same like line from like the anime. Same as what Nemu just said. Nemu takes a sigh after letting out a laugh.
痛いよ、ネムちゃん。あ、ごめんごめん。なんだか体が勝手に。
Wait a second. I've seen this somewhere before. I step forward, pushing Nemu out of the way. Are you the real SAKURANBO? My sister?
懐かしいね。
Sister?
そ
Wasn't it cousin? No way, I feel dizzy. Without doubt, impossibly, the size of her body hasn't changed since she left 6 years ago.
お兄ちゃんデコ痛いから撫でて
Okay. She sticks out her light-skinned forehead to me, fixing her bangs. When I look around, I see everyone closely watching every move we make in this surprising development. Would they like it if I flip her forehead now?
この未知の生物は知り合いか朝倉兄弟
Yeah, that's like the exact same line that Suginami says. Like all of these, like this is taken like from the first the first episode of the anime. It's crazy. He's the only one doing things at his own pace. I don't have a Lolito complex, Suginami.
お兄さん現実逃避しないで間違いなくさくらちゃんだよ
Namu must be confused as well. She tugs my sleeve with a strange expression. I see. She's Sakura Yoshino. Hold on, Nemu. It's impossible for that to be true. I put my hand on the girl's head, which gives you an idea of how small she is.
人の身体的な特徴でけなすの嫌いでもお兄ちゃんは好き
The girl gives a squeeze around my waist, or better to say, my thighs.
私もギュッてされたい
でもローだぞ
Shizukani!
独占
うるせえ
の炎はバーニングだ
I scream without a sound,
ねえお兄ちゃん
as if that's
ま
possible.
だ信じてくれないの
Thank-
せっかく帰ってきたのにお帰りは
Well, that's enough joking around. You must be Sakura's younger sister or relative, right?
僕は僕
Right?
だよ
Right? Can you prove it?
今は何も持ってないけどあ二人だけの秘密でね昔お兄ちゃんが女の子のスカートなの
Slam. Feeling like a kidnapper, I cover the girl's mouth, realizing she's got to be the real Sakura to know this stuff. How does she know this stuff? We must have been like 4 or something when she last... Wait, we were teenagers, yeah, like 9 or 8 or something. Oh, I have to go back to study. On my way back to the classroom, Mako peeks out through the door.
一体何の騒ぎなの朝倉
Oh, なんでもないです. Omae.
は
It's just youthful enthusiasm.
知るか
She shuts the door.
ってことで時間も時間だからこれで撤収にしよう終盤挨拶
The teacher banged her desk with a notebook again and prompted the class prefect to dismiss the class. Hi! I punched the air triumphantly under the desk. It was 5 minutes earlier than usual.
起立
Geet!
で
Te! Focus on my lower body. I bowed to the teacher while focusing on my lower body. I mean, on my legs! Sakura won't let me go for 1 hour if the lunch break starts. I was struggling inside, thinking about how she would feel if she finds out I was avoiding her.
何微妙に中腰なの兄さん
Nemu passed next to me while checking her purse. That's unusual. Did you forget your lunch today? She usually brings in her lunch, unlike me, deciding what to eat for my lunch every day.
違うの今日だけは食堂かどっかで食べるの
She sounded slightly sulky. Why only today?
もうこの年頃の女の子は複雑なのよ
Well, I'm glad you recognize that. She turned around and left the classroom. I was confused. I couldn't even understand Nemu. I'd better fix that. I said at Mako stretching.
何やぶから棒の視線を送って
It's nothing. I like your scary glare.
バカバカお姉ちゃん待ってるから私行くからね
I'm not sure I like this Junichi in this version. Like, not to say like he really like was really like, you know, I mean, as special as this series is to me, like it's your typical, I guess. At least the protagonist is pretty typical. You know, it's just like your kind of like clueless, your clueless male protagonist. You know, it's kind of like ubiquitous in like, you know, harem anime, which is probably like the most like the type of anime that's kind of has a long, like the longest history in like anime history. But what?
お弁当忘れちゃったよ。
Oh, okay.
食堂行こう。ねえ、今のノート見せて。
いっただき。
私
Oh, okay. So like the people that we can hang out with are kind of like screaming out one by one. But like we already know where we need to go. We need to go and see Nemu. much tuss peepos. Yeah, so we need to go to the cafeteria.
お弁当。
Or the shokudo, as it's called in Japanese. I looked for Nemu with a large-sized portion of udon in my hand. She's supposed to be here in the cafeteria. It isn't too crowded, but it's still hard to look for one person. And it makes me hungry. It's particularly hard to look for a person who's eating quietly, like Nemu. Maybe I'll just sit down anywhere.
兄さん。
People looked at us as she yelled out from across the room, but I ignored it and raised my hand at her. Were you eating? It's just like her to sit in the corner of the cafeteria. I sat down in front of her.
野菜サンドイッチとウーロン茶。
That's it? You need to eat more to keep up. Do you want me to lend you some money?
そんな心配しなくても大丈夫。あんまりお腹空いてないから。
She smiled and ate her sandwich elegantly. That's why your boobs don't grow as much.
兄さん、よほど叫びたいらしいわね。
Don't hurt me. Nemu placed her voice like foot on top of my foot. Ah! Morikata. It's my bad. I opened my arms and started to eat my udon.
でも、兄さんまでこっち来ちゃっていいの？
How can that be bad?
そうだけどさ、せっかく再会したっていうのにかわいそうじゃないかな。
What are you talking about? You think? I tilted my head while munching on my udon.
そうだよ。せっ
I
かく
actually did that in real
私が
life
気を
just
使
now.
ってあげたのにさ。
What? What are you being considerate about?
いや、なんでもないですよだ。
She puffed her cheeks and frowned. I don't get it. But if I was Sakura, then we don't have to go to her anyway.
どういうこと？
I sipped some soup from the bowl and sighed. For some reason, I never could beat her in hide and seek. Just like that. I pointed at the entrance of the cafeteria. Sakura was looking around with a group of people behind her.
こら、僕はお兄ちゃんを探しているだけで、そんなのいらない。うきゃー！
Everyone's surrounding Sakura trying to feed her. Is this some kind of like fetish that kids have? Feeding the monkey or something? Maybe I should ask the breeding club to take care of her next time.
卒
That's
業間
harsh.
近だってのに。これ。
Whoops. Nemu gave me a look as she pushed the rest of the sandwich into her mouth. I'll go for now. I locked my fingers into like a ninja and went under the table. Nin. This actually happens in the anime. Oh. Okay. So like in the anime, like he hides in the table, but then Sakura sees him, and then she chases him. But I think, yeah, the order of things is different. Like in the anime, like they meet Sakura first, and then she chases him up onto the roof, which is when he sees Mako and Moe senpai like the first time, but like it's slightly different in the game. Why do I get so sleepy in the afternoon class? We were in the literature class. The teacher was talking about how the main character felt in the story. It's no use trying to understand how someone in a book feels. I believe we should be studying how the reader felt from reading the story. I think I'll study in my sleep.
分かってると思うけど、今週の金曜、土曜は学年末試験だからね。
You know what?
ちゃんと勉強しなよ。
I'm gonna come clean with you.
取ったら追試だからね。
Okay, I get it. Miss Koyomi Sensei, I'm gonna become clean with you guys. I know this is like episode 3, right? The reason that like the intro that I put on was Plus Communication was actually because I started to play Plus Communication first. And I got to like the 4th episode, and like basically like I said, a lot of the scenes in that game have not been translated, because I was playing that game with a translation patch, and so like they only translated the new content in that game. So all of the traditional routes with all of the traditional girls like Nemu, Sakura, etc., like they weren't translated, and I was going for the Nemu route, but it was all in like a lot of her like kind of side conversations were in Japanese, right? So like that's why I had to abandon ship and like change over to the old, like the original version. So like there's one thing I've noticed after playing this version and the previous version, right? And I have to say that like even though this is an official product, like the dialogue seems a lot flatter. You know, I noticed this as I was reading, like because like in the other one, like it was kind of, it's the translation's a bit more rough, but there's a bit more character in it, like. And I feel a bit sorry for saying this because this is the official product and everything, but like it just seems so far like the dialogue's a bit flat and kind of uninteresting, you know. But like, oh, you know, this is only the beginning, so maybe it gets better. But like, just so far, I just realized like all of the things that they say, kind of are just very. The delivery's very flat, and like what they say is just very kind of bland. So I'm trying my best to kind of like exaggerate things and make it more entertaining. But like, it seemed to be a bit easier when I was doing plus communication. But yeah, unfortunately, like the route that I took with plus communication, like it's a lot of it isn't translated, and I can't read Japanese, but like really, but you know, that's just how it goes, I suppose. But anyway, I just thought that I'd make that comment because like I kind of like had to say something about that. So okay, so we have our finals coming up.
私の研究に協力してくれたら無条件で100点にしてあげるよ。
Koyomi Sensei then dismissed the class. She'll let anyone pass the class. It sounds the same as being promoted for dying on duty. Anyway, I'd better think of a plan. Soon Sakura will be here too. I guess I can wait for her at the school gate.
Nemu, 帰るの?
Except we're going for...
さようなら、マコ。じゃあね。
Oh, she's already home, I guess.
帰りに商
That's
店
what that
街に寄
means.
ろうよ。
Let's go home. Tadaima!
あ、お帰りなさい。寄り道しないで帰ってきたんだね。
Yeah, I did it for you. Oh. Nemu was sitting on the sofa and waved her hand to me in such a good mood. You're watching TV in your uniform. Don't laugh it off.
だって着替えているうちに始まっちゃうんだもん。この時間はいいドラマの再放送をしてくれるから嬉しいよね。
The show she's talking about is a school love comedy with the idol starring in it, who happens to be a bad actor. I think I've seen the show with Nemu before, but I don't remember the story. Here's a typical example of a network's target audience.
いいじゃない。これだけが楽しみなんだから。
I get you. She talked back at me while staring at the TV. Kantan sugi, omae wa. I sat down next to Nemu and looked at the TV. It was a typical situation of a boy and girl in school uniforms on a rooftop at dusk even. Except, I'm her brother. I mean, true, I'm only her half-brother or step-brother. What an ass. He's totally indecisive. I hate this kind of man.
そんなことないよ。
Nemu stood up suddenly with her fist clenched.
神谷君はそうに合わせておいて、あの子のために先生にいろいろとされちゃってるんだから。
Hey, don't get so upset. It's just a TV show.
ドラマだけどさ、こう手に汗握る展開というのか、憧れない？
They call it a living hell. Why would you wish for that?
そうなんだけどさ。でも最後がハッピーエンドならいいでしょ？
If it was a happy ending, how did the show end anyway?
2人の仲が良くなってまた校舎の屋上でこうやって。
She was trying to act out the scene and her hand touched my cheek. Oh. Oh! I felt her breath close to me and my heart starts to pound faster. Nemu. She pressed her chest with her hand and stood up from the sofa. Don't laugh it off.
ごめんね兄さん。そうだ私宿題やらなくちゃ。
She waved her hand and rushed out of the room to go upstairs. Oh. I sat down deep in the sofa, stroking the cheek Nemu touched. Oh, whoops, my bad. Can we go to a log? Yeah. Maybe we can welcome Sakura now that we're in this kind of mood. Huh? Did we have homework today? In the TV show, the man and the woman who's supposed to have a happy ending were leaving each other as I watched. Nemu was taking her time, happily eating the chow mein. Chicken chow mein, alright! It is delicious, but I'm getting tired of Chinese food. I stuffed my mouth with fried rice inside.
そうだね。あとはピザ、天やもの、お弁当の配達とローテーションだとなんだっけ？
That's not what I meant. I think we should stop buying really ready-made food all the time.
じゃあ兄さんが料理作ってよ。
She gave me a look, like an alien, but still served me the after-meal tea. You always complain that my cooking costs a lot, but it doesn't taste so good.
お金かけすぎなんだもん。だから私が作るって。
She pointed at herself. Let's wait till we finish our final exam. I can't eat her cooking sucks.
楽しみにしててね。
She tilted her head adorably, almost as if she had been practicing it. I better train my stomach before then. It's kind of bad that the convenience store is the one with the most variety of food.
ごちそうさまでした。
Then we put her chopsticks down.
食器私が片付けるから置いといていいよ。
Okay, thanks. I exhaled deeply and headed up to the bedroom as there were no good TV shows on tonight. Slam. Nemu!
何慌ててるの？ゴキブリでも出た？
Nemu's head poked out from the kitchen. Do we have any garlic or holy water? Is this a dream? Never mind. I ran up the stairs.
何やってる？
That's my line. こっちのセリフだ. I picked up Sakura by her shirt and dragged her down to the floor cushion in front of my desk. How did you get in?
普通に入ってきたよ。
普通のって Was the door unlocked?
桜の木を伝ってあそこの窓から。ちゃんとノックもしたよ。
She pointed at the window above my bed. That's considered breaking in, you
お
know.
兄ちゃんがいいって言ったんだよ。
What? That was like when we were kids. I sat down on the chair inside. There was a cherry blossom tree in the garden which had one branch that reached close to my window, and I think I used to let her come in through that route. I think. There was even a time when we would play very late into the night. We're not children anymore. It's not appropriate to visit a guy's room like this.
ちゃんとレディーとして見てくれてるんだね。
She's dangerous. She lifted her skirt slightly. No! It's a matter of politeness. My eyes drifted to her lifted skirt and then I shook my head
ど
quickly.
うしたの？なんだか顔が赤いよ。
A real lady wouldn't lift her skirt.
大丈夫だよ。ブルマ履いてるもん。見る？
There's no way I want to see. I said it cheerfully, but crying inside.
ああ、これで同じクラスだったら最高だったのにな。
Don't say such scary things.
いや、恐ろしい？
Never mind. Anyway, why are you here now? I pointed to the window with the cherry blossom tree shining in the moonlight to make her recognize what kind of entrance she had just made.
さあさあ、帰ってきた挨拶だよ。
You already greeted me enough at school, didn't you?
まだちゃんと引っ越しの挨拶もしてなかったんだもん。
She made a serious face, also looking like an alien, dropping her left knee onto the floor and putting her right palm out in front of me.
お引けなすって。手前、遠くアメリカからやってまいりました吉野さくらというふつつかなものです。これから先、同じ組で肩を寄せ合う腹からとしてけじめをつけさせていただきたく参りました。
Eh? Oh, excuse me, princess? What organization she's talking about? The Neighborhood Watch?
引っ越しそばを持ってこなきゃやっぱり閉まらないね。
I don't think that matters.
そんなことないよ。義理と人情を計りにかけりゃ義理が勝つのがこの世の掟って言うでしょ。
What? I'm getting dizzy. Hey, can you even list some things that represent Japan?
何？そんなの根っからの日本人である僕に
You
は
fake Japanese person. Try it anyway. I asked her again. She looked full of confidence.
寿司、天ぷら、
Fujiyama! Are you mocking Japan? I was too tired to explain, so I just sighed. I knew she was weird since we were little kids, but she's even weirder after living overseas. Sushi, tempura, and Fujiyama. She sounds like a typical American who doesn't know anything about Japan. Are you done now?
そうだね。とりあえずこれからもよろしくお願いしますということで。
She sat up on the floor cushion and bowed. That's more like it. All you have to do is make an entrance through the front door like a normal person would, and greet me without kneeling on one leg, also like a normal person would do. She has no chance.
そうそう兄ちゃん。今でもそこの鍵を直さないでいてくれたんだね。
She's from the moon. She's secretly Sailor Moon. Nani?
この窓、6年前から鍵が壊れっぱなし。
Ah, shit. I knew I should have fixed that. I stared at it blankly. I was just too lazy to fix it.
そういうことにしておいてあげるよ。
Where's my parents, by the way? Do we even have parents? Do as you like.
勝手にするよ。僕は勝手に遊びに来るから。
She stood up to open the window and turned around with a peaceful smile. The cold wind blew in with a scent of cherry blossom flowers. Not bad.
ねえ、今でもあれできる？
Arete? She opened and closed her hands repeatedly. Oh god. Do you mean this? I closed my hands and imagined a Japanese sweet. A sweet bun with red bean paste inside, which I think is called... what's it called? It's the thing he makes is called manju. But, I forgot what category that is. Then I felt a little weight on my palm. This is my other wicked power, to produce Japanese sweets. So here we go. In addition to the power to see other people's dreams, it was like a crazy fantasy. I hadn't even revealed it to Nemu as his power was too silly, but Sakura knew about it. Here, I made it with extra bean paste. She caught the sweet bun that I threw into the air. Brush your teeth before bed if you're going to eat that, you kid. She stuck out her tongue childishly and then climbed out the room through the window. Hey, Sakura! I spoke towards the darkness outside the window. Okaeri. Oops. Oni-chan. I walked to the window after the pause, but Sakura was already gone. I stretched out my arm to reach the branch of the cherry blossom tree. The branch appeared to not be strong enough to hold my current weight. She hasn't changed at all. I knocked the branch to scatter some petals and then closed the window. So this is already different from what happens in the anime. Let's just say that in the anime, like, slightly racier things happen. But it made for a very, very exciting first episode, I have to say. Okay, I put down the comic book that I was reading onto the side and sunk my head into the pillow. The voice of Sakura playing around next door had stopped now. How could she play so loudly like that by herself? Mana. Neru jikan da. I reached over to the alarm clock and set the wake-up time. Something that's already different that I'm noticing is, like, also, like in the Plus communication game, there are a lot of things that they don't translate. Which I guess makes sense because this is kind of an official translation. So they wanted, like, people who weren't so familiar with, like, traditional, not traditional, but, like, you know, Japanese cultural things. You know, they wanted people who weren't so familiar with that to kind of know what was going on. But, like, in the actual, in Plus communication, the patch translation, like, they used more kind of original terminology. So, like, in that scene, they actually said, like, you know, manju and, like, things of that, and, like, just other things like that. But, like, if I kind of notice anything that I'll point it out, but, like, just another kind of little detail that I noticed. But, I mean, again, it's early. We'll see how this goes. I mean, in any case, we don't really have a choice, you know. It's either this, or I painstakingly try to, like, you know, like, I don't know, actually. Like, I really don't know. Like, we'll see, you know, we'll see what I end up doing with this playthrough. But, like, so far, like, yeah, you know, we're going to kind of keep going and see what happens. So cool, I'm going to leave it off here. In the next episode, we'll set our alarm clock for the second time. I don't know if I'll keeping count of the number of times that we set the alarm, but I wonder how long this game is. Like, I'm guessing it won't be that long, but yeah, so until next time, guys, thank you very much for watching this. As always, I hope you are having a good time, whatever you are, wherever you are, however you are. And yeah, keep rocking it, keep doing your thing, keep pursuing your dreams, and I will catch you guys in the next episode. Look forward to it. I will see you then. Peace out.